Alright guys, so here we go. This is what it looks like inside the box. You can see all the accessories he has. He has a shit ton. I mean, here we have the two different hands. That one's in there. All the ammo clips. The wrist gauntlet. Machine gun thing. We have the armor in the middle, right here. Knee pads, elbow pads, more ammo clips. His assault rifle. The ACOG sight for the assault rifle. More handguns. More handguns. We have the eyesight thing that he wears in the movie when he's not wearing the mask. Here we have a blade, knife. Just seriously, just a lot of stuff. This figure is pretty cool. And one of the coolest pieces is obviously his mask. It's a thin plastic. You can see you can bend it, warp it a little bit. The eyepiece is plastic. It's a bit of a translucent plastic. It's pink. It has like a purple spot on there. Pretty cool. The detail is actually pretty incredible for a third-party type of figure. You know, this is not officially licensed. This is, you know, Dead Soldier, aka DEADSHOT, but I've actually compared this one to the Hot Toys one, and, you know, I'll get to that later, but it's basically the same figure, except $100 less, and the head sculpt isn't as accurate as the Hot Toys, obviously. Even that said, that being said, it's actually still pretty good. The eyes could be a little darker. The lips could use another paint job. Other than that, you can kind of tell it's Will Smith. It's really not that bad. I think with some repaint on the eyeballs, I think I can make him look a little better. I am Delight. The Way, I think it says. Yep, The Way. And it's quite detailed. The boots. Right there, there's another one of these. Guys, I think this looks pretty good. So I read online that to set this guy up, you need about 2 to 3 hours. I think they're exaggerating a little bit when I looked over the pieces already, but we'll see. So I'm gonna go ahead and set him up, set up all his elbow pads, knee pads, armor, everything, and I'll start my review. Alright guys, so I've been putting this figure together for 2 hours and 9 minutes so far. Okay, let's keep that in mind right now. This was by far the most frustrating figure I've ever put together. It's almost unbelievable how these people expect you to put this together. Not only are the pieces extremely fragile, as you can tell, one of the straps for the chest piece just completely snapped off. There's no way of fixing it. I mean, it was a little piece of glue holding it together. Thankfully, the other side held together, so it's not too noticeable, and it's, you know, it's centered, so it'll stay put. But honestly, guys, big points taken off. Big points taken off for this figure just because of that. I mean, 2+ hours putting this together, and I'm still not done. there's a big problem with that. So I have the belt magazines left. I gotta take this belt off right there and slide them in, and the figure will be ready for my review. But honestly guys, this is an extremely frustrating figure to put together. I read the comments about it and I wasn't buying it. I thought, hey, people were just bitching about it, but I know this really is a ginormous pain in the dick. Alright, so I'm gonna find a spot so I can film this without the overexposure, and I'll start my review. Alright guys, see you soon. Alright guys, so I'm finally done. To start off, this was one of the most frustrating figures I've ever put together. This was basically a 2.5 hour build. Everything from the chest armor, from the knee pads, the wrist gauntlets. I mean, everything you have to put together, which is not that big of a deal when it's simple. This was seriously frustrating. Right off the bat, I have to take a lot of points off review wise for this figure. This was seriously ridiculous. You know, I took off a few minutes to chill out a little bit before making this review so I can bring you an honest review. You know, so let's start with the basics. So let's start talking about the head sculpt. The head sculpt is pretty good. It's obviously not like the Hot Toys version. The Hot Toys version is obviously Will Smith. This looks like Will Smith's cousin. It's not bad. I blame mostly the paint job around the eyes. You can't see here, but the eyes are almost yellow. They have a yellow tint to them, and it just brings the head sculpt down. If it had darker eyes, it would look more like Will Smith. Also, the paint job around the lips is a little off, but it's just the little things that make it not look like him. But you can sort of see it, the likeness. I think with a few little repaints here and there, you can definitely bring this from a 7 to a solid 9. Because the actual sculpt of the figure is not bad at all. So that's my quick little review of the head sculpt. Alright, let's talk about the body. Again, the armor is very tedious to put on, but look how good it looks. You put the Hot Toys version and this version side by side, and it's almost, you can't really tell the difference. Obviously the Hot Toys has little minor details that are, you know, above this one. But again, I've seen them both and they are seriously almost the same. Now the undershirt on this figure looks orange on video, but it's a deep red in person. You know, a lot of people in their reviews have said the same thing. It's a deep red. It looks orange for some reason on video, but it looks good. All the pieces fit really nice together. It's good quality. It's more of the fact that all those little clips that you see, they are extremely delicate, and not only that, they are a pain in the ass to put together. Mostly because this figure does not come with an instruction manual. It doesn't come with anything really. So you just have to go online, look at pictures, and just go with it. Now the wrist gauntlets, little guns that he has, they are a separate piece. You put them together with think right there, those 3 little belt buckles right there, that wasn't too bad. To put it together, I suggest you use tweezers or a little pin just to get it through the hole. You shouldn't have a problem. Let's go to the next part of the review. So guys, I feel the need to warn you about something really serious with this figure. When it came right out of the box, both joints were completely, all 4 joints were completely reversed. So, like for example, this elbow right there, it's actually snapped. I snapped part of it right out of the box, and that was because instead of bending forward like it should, it was completely bent the other way. So when I went to twist the arm up, I heard the snap. Now that was the first break out of 2 breaks on this figure, which I am completely disappointed in. Just a fair warning, I don't know if they come packaged like that or it was just mine, but all 4 joints bent completely backwards is, I don't think that was coincidence, so just be extremely careful with that. Here we have the belt. Here we have the magazine clips. Now I will state on the video that these clips are not put together how they're supposed to. So like the gold clips are supposed to go in the front, the belt buckle is supposed to be more in the middle. I will say that I put this together rather quickly. 2.5 hours is not quick, but when I put it together, I wasn't super conscious of the placements of all the things. I just wanted to put it together, make a video, and let you guys know how difficult this was. So next part of the review is the bottom half. So now off to the lower half of the figure, we have the cargo pants. They come with weathered. They come weathered, so basically it looks used and beat up, and it's a really nice touch. Here we have the gold clips for the assault rifle. These were actually not that hard to put on. It took me about 2 minutes for each side. Here we have the handgun right there. Not too bad. The knee pads were actually one of the easiest things to put on, thank God. Well made, they look great. They actually look exactly like the Hot Toys one. So, down to the boots. Really well detailed. Try to get in there. Really nice. Again, weathered, dirtied. Have like mud on them. They look really nice. There. So guys, this figure was $150 versus $250 for the Hot Toys. Now you need to know the pros and cons. The pros of this figure is it's obviously $100 less than the Hot Toys version. Not only that, both figures look exactly the same. Don't mind the head sculpt, it's the only thing that I could seriously nitpick about this figure. It's the only thing that Hot Toys has above this one would be the head. But that's something that can be changed. It's not something permanent. And again, if you're good at repainting, you can definitely touch up this head sculpt. Alright, cons about this figure. Again, I can't stress enough how frustrating this was. It got to the point where I wanted to stop, put it back in the box, and ship it back. It was seriously that bad. I remember seeing comments, people saying, oh, it took me 2.5 hours to put together. And honestly, I did not believe any of it. I had no idea this would be this hard, but it was. I mean, look what I did. On this side, oh, it almost fell. This strap completely snapped off. And not only that, it's not something I can fix. Where it connects in the front part of the chest is a little plastic piece that just completely flew off. Can't find it, so I don't know. Eventually, either I will cut this strap off or just tuck it in, because it actually doesn't do much. The other side is holding pretty well, and it's actually centered, so it's not something I'm going to cry about. But it is definitely disappointing. You know, it might be $100 less than the Hot Toys, but it's still $150. And you know, I was expecting something a little bit stronger and sturdier. Here we have the back piece with the 2 handguns. It's obviously not centered. It's supposed to be right in the middle. It's more off to the side. I had to fix that. Again, when I put this figure together, I wasn't really too concerned about the placement of the accessories. Again, the gold clips, the handgun, and the back of the figure. Here we have the assault rifle. I might be wrong, but I think this is a M4. Oh no, that can't be right. You know what? I'm not sure. I'll look it up. But the assault rifle, you know, I am the light, the way. This is actually pretty detailed. It does feel cheap when you hold it though. It feels a little flimsy, but it's not that big of a deal. It does bring a strap that you can put on so he can put it around his chest, which is probably what I'm gonna do. Overall, the gun is very nice. Now off to the mask. Alright guys, so here is the head, not the head sculpt, the mask. Now, again, it's rubber. It's like a thin plastic. It comes in 2 pieces. Show you right here. It has the neck seal. So you would put this on first. You would take off the head. You would slip this under the neck, and then you would place the mask on top. It's a very thin plastic. It's very detailed, and it looks really good. It looks way better in person. Has the clear scope. It's made of hard plastic. The little details inside, right there, I am actually going to paint black. I'm gonna look up the official pictures of the movie, screenshots of the movie, and I'm gonna paint it to be a little bit more movie accurate. But I mean, look at it. This is definitely DEADSHOT's mask from the movie. For a non-licensed product, this is pretty much the best knockoff that you can get for anything. Solid 10 for the mask. And that brings a little something up. This is another pro of this figure. The Hot Toys version has 2 sculpts just like this one, but the thing is, the Hot Toys version has the head already inside of the mask. So if you wanted this figure to hold the mask, you cannot do that with the Hot Toys version. You can only do it with this one. So that's actually a really big upside, you know, against Hot Toys. You cannot do that with Hot Toys. You can only do it with this one. So I have a feeling a lot of people that have the Hot Toys version will probably pick this one up just for this, so they can have the Will Smith character hold the mask while he has the Will Smith head sculpt on. So very cool of them to actually make it a separate piece, an actual mask. Very cool. So now we're reaching the end of the video. I'm going to put the mask on and show you the final pose. Alright guys, so this is the end of the video. Here you can see the DEADSHOT character with his mask. This is obviously the way that most people will display him. Definitely how I'm going to display him. I think it goes from an 8 to a 10 with his whole suit on. Overall guys, this is overall a very nice buy. Very frustrating to put together, but at the end of the day, once it's all together, I think it's a solid 8 out of 10. Wish they improved on the quality of the little belts and the clips. I mean, just be extremely careful when you put them together. And once it's done, I mean, it's really satisfying to be able to see him and know that you didn't waste $250 on the Hot Toys version. You only wasted $150, and he pretty much looks exactly the same as the Hot Toys. So overall, is it worth it? Absolutely. Just be patient. Just put them together when you know you're not in a bad mood or pissed off, because you will break this. Because I was very close to breaking it. So there you go, guys. This is the Play Arts, I believe. Dead Soldier, aka DEADSHOT. I'm very happy with it now that it's all done and over with. Very worth it. So here's the end of the video. Subscribe, like, do whatever you want. If you have any comments or just any questions about the figure, I mean, ask me and I'll try to respond as soon as I can. The only thing is, don't ask me about how I put him together, because I did a pretty mediocre job in putting him together. Again, most of the stuff is not centered or it's misplaced, but overall I'm happy with it. I don't need it to be extremely down to the T. I don't really care. I think he looks great, and he's gonna look great next to my Harley Quinn and all the Suicide Squad Jokers that I have. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, if you have any questions, just hit me up. Thanks for watching.